If you're anything like me, you probably think that adding AI to ESP32 is extremely difficult. The reality is it's just an API call, the same thing as a weather video. This script is taking everything that we learned in this book and putting it together. It connects to Wi-Fi and then uses an API call to connect to Claude and ask it a question. This is where your ESP32 gains a lot of power because now it's not just retrieving facts from the internet. It's beginning to think for itself. You know when you ask someone a very difficult question and they take a moment to pause and think about what they're going to say? That's exactly what you just saw. CRUMB had to pause and think about its answer. The weather server didn't pause because the answer already existed on a hard drive somewhere. It was just looking it up, instant. Claude needed to pause because it had to create an answer. That pause is the sound of electricity organizing itself into reasoning. That's not data retrieval, that's thought. This is so incredible to me because this computer is made of sand. It's silicon, melted sand organized into transistors. When this machine fetches weather, those transistors are doing what they were designed to do. Look up data, move it around, display it. It's impressive, but it's purely mechanical. When it's reasoning about whether it's alive, those are the same transistors doing something no one ever explicitly programmed them to do. They're considering a question, weighing possibilities, generating an answer that's never been said that way before. You might be thinking, the code is simple, but how much does this cost? Well, AI data centers are very power intensive. I'm just kidding, each question costs fractions of a penny. This is the code, and yes, there are a lot of lines, but most of it is just setting it up and making sure the LCD screen knows how to print the statements. The real value in this code comes from the Ask Claude function, which is asking Claude the question, and the API keyline. Other than these two things, the code is really the exact same as a weather video, it's just a different API call. And I put comments everywhere so that hopefully the code's easy to understand. So now what? In this book, we learn how to connect to Wi-Fi, to other ESP32s, and even how to use API calls to get the weather or even an LLM response. But these programs still have a lot of problems with them. For starters, they're very fragile. If you unplug them or even one wire comes loose, they stop. We took sand, organized it into transistors, and taught it to reason about its own existence. But this isn't its final form. This is just the prototype. Next, we're building the airbook. Battery power, real circuits, physical design, CRUMB becomes something that you can hold. Something that exists on its own. Something that feels alive. I'll see you in the airbook.